Thank you, Mike. Let me begin by saying how honored and appreciative I am of receiving this award. I just want to take a moment to thank anyone and everyone that contributed to make this happen. And that kind of brings me to my initial thought, because when I got the news, my initial thought was, what the heck just happened? And more importantly, as I pondered that, I started thinking about, well, how did this happen? And let me share with you a few of my thoughts. First and foremost, I think, is friends and family. And that's evidenced by all the friends that I have here that I played with. I'm totally blessed. I want to thank each and every one of them for taking the time to be here. We vacationed together, Bill Tazak and his lovely wife. We go on golf trips, that whole crew. At least we call it golf, anyway. And those of you that live in this area know that as you get into late October and early November, the weather can get very, very dicey. But my mother and dad never missed a game. Whether it was Cleveland, Meadville, and I quickly earned the value of obligation. Because if they were making a sacrifice to get to every one of my games, I better show it on the field. So, Mom and Dad, thank you very, very much. The next point, I think, is somewhere along your career, you needed to resonate with a certain coach. I think we all need coaches, we need mentors in our life to lead, to teach, to take us under their wing. And I can't think of two better than Donald and Bob Boone. They trusted me. Now, admittedly, it was that trust that you would give the keys to your car to your teenage driver. You know, we trust you, but keep it out of the ditch. And so there, very, very early was an expectation that I had with them and they had of me. I must admit now that it didn't all go smoothly. In the off season, and some of you may find this hard to believe, I had a propensity for mischief. And consequently, I was spending time in the doghouse of Don O and Bob Boyne. But on the field, there was an energy that they created, an expectation, an obligation. And we were kind of like magic. We were Butch and Sundance, Batman and Robin. And if you listen, you're probably hearing them chuckling about that right now. I can still picture Bob on the sideline. Go make a play, get the ball back. And that we did. So I quickly learned that obligation and expectation, if you want to stimulate performance, you need to have a little skin in the game. The last point is confidence. And it's not something that grows on trees. It's not something that you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I got confidence today. It's kind of something that's earned. It's that synergy that's created with your teammates that I know you got my back and you know I got your back. And it grows, it's contagious in a good way. And we certainly had that with our team. I have guys like Bob Russo, who was a running back, a very good one. But he was on the punt team. They mentioned that I was a punter. I knew that Bob wasn't letting anybody up the middle. John Somsky was an end. Nobody was coming off that edge to get to me. And Paul Cruzy, who also is a Hall of Fame inductee and was so gifted as an athlete, he could have played anywhere he wanted to play. But I sat back there with all the confidence in the world because I knew they had my back. And whether we were going to kick it away or try a pooch punt, I knew that they would be down there making the tackle or getting the ball before it bounced into the end zone so we could pin the team back in their near their goal line. So, I want to talk a little bit about John. John, I want to thank you for nominating me. I also want to be one of the first to recognize you and congratulate you on the Distinguished Service Award. I can't think of a more qualified and deserving person. John, thank you. My dear friend Tony Leo. We played a 5-3 defense back there. I was a middle linebacker. Tony was on my flank, playing mostly the strong side of their offensive formation. But Tony could play. Tony was an Ohio Valley All-Conference linebacker in high school, and you quickly could find that out when you saw him on the playing field. But he made my life easy, because I had the freedom to gamble. I had the freedom to shoot a gap, maybe take a more aggressive angle on a tackle. So, Tony, you're very, very much a part of this award, and I want to thank you so very, very much. I do want to close. Doug, I will drop your mom a note, but as going through this, I was convinced that I was probably a major contributor to the premature graying and receding of your father's hairline. I apologize for that. In closing, with the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you, and anyone and everyone that contributed to making this happen. Thanks again.